What up, peeps? We're checking out the new camera. See what's cracking. See if it's even worth it. All this new technology and they can't seem to get this camera working right. We're all pixelated, all blurry. What kind of dookie booty is this?
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I mean.
What up, peeps?
So,
K&R in the house. And we are coming at you today with our 3, count them,
okay, be an extra
likes and dislikes.
of our Coleman Lantern 300 TQ.
Right.
So, on today's video, we want to go over the 3 things that we like and the 3 things we dislike about the Coleman Lantern 300 TQ. I have been thinking about this for quite some time, honestly, and Kyle just started thinking about it today. So, we're going to let Kyle go ahead and start talking about his 3 likes, and then I'll talk about my 3 likes.
You don't want to just go back and forth?
Just go.
All right. One thing I really do like about it is the fact of the toy hauler. So I love the garage and the versatility of the garage, because even right now we don't have the bike in there, but it's used like an actual garage, and we can put storage and things out there, shelf units and store things out there. So really like that. I like the fact that it's got a slide. That changes the whole dynamics of the RV, especially, I mean, we all know about this lifestyle and tiny living, and the fact that the slide goes out and it gives you that just little bit of extra space. It just adds a whole lot more room to your actually living, cooking area. Another thing I really like about this particular design is the fact that the bathroom separates your living space from the garage, because we all know that a lot of the RVs, as far as travel trailer ones, your living space is your garage, and it's kind of all into one little thing. So that was a huge thumbs up from us when we saw this thing and we went and got it, because we just like it. It's like having like a little studio apartment with the garage. So
Okay.
your turn.
So my turn about my 3 likes. So I like the fact that I have a lot of inside storage. So we have basically a pantry. We also have several different cabinets. The bathroom has a lot of storage. There's storage underneath our U-shaped dinette. So storage. There's storage underneath the bed. So we have plenty of places to put things. The next like that I have is I love the fact that I have a big bay window in the living space. So, I mean, honestly, I just call it the kitchen because that's where, everything is. So I love the big bay window. And the next thing that I like, I also like the fact that the bathroom separates the garage from the living space. So we have a separate area, and it's very purposeful to go into the garage. You have to,
Have a reason.
Yeah. So those are my 3 likes. So your dislikes.
Dislikes. We all know I love to cook, and during cooking, my biggest annoyance is counter space. Because we have none. Literally, our counter space is the table, or if I ask Ryan to hold something, or I put a cutting board over the sink and then I gotta move it to dump stuff in the sink. I mean, it's a freaking nightmare. And the other thing I don't like is the stove. I am not a fan of the stove. I know it takes a minute to get used to it, but there's so many things that we did with our conventional stove back home, like melting cheese and doing different things with like the broil
oven.
in the oven. Yeah.
So it's not so
the
much
stovetop
the
is the oven, The oven I don't like.
Yeah, your
The
issues
stovetop,
with the
I
oven.
love the gas stovetop. I give that. But the oven part, I don't like. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the fact
If
that when
he didn't say it, he didn't like it.
I just having to take the biscuits out and flip them halfway to make sure they're friggin', cooked. Just
And
things
your
like that.
Third thing.
My third thing, which is huge, is the garage door. And the reason why I don't like the garage door is because loading the motorcycle, you have to find a fairly level spot. The tail end has to have some things placed underneath it so the extension comes out to where you can get a nice transition from the ramp into the garage. And I know you guys didn't see it and we should have recorded it, but the last time we tried to load the motorcycle, it just turned into a disaster. And there's just no even transition to it. It's kind of a smaller door. I wish there was a different way it could be handled, but I just don't like the process I have to go through to load the motorcycle in. ATVs and UTVs, I'm sure will go in there nice and smooth and with no issues, but motorcycles, it's just, there's no smooth transition unless I have some kind of different grade behind it to where the ramp doesn't have such an angle to load anything. So those are my 3 big dislikes.
Okay. So my dislikes. So I have a love-hate relationship with our U-shaped dinette. I think the U-shaped dinette is perfect for people that are camping. I think it's absolutely perfect for people that are camping. But when you're living in your RV full time, you can't really sit next to your partner without squeezing in on one of the sides or something, because our U-shape is also on our slide. So there's that.
Like we are now.
Yeah. The other thing is also the counter space. There's not really any place for you to be able to put things. So literally that is where our coffee pot sits on our stove top. But when Kyle or I, whenever he allows me to, is cooking, we have to move the coffee pot onto the table. Well, we run into the same situation whenever I'm doing dishes. I do have one of the collapsible dish drainers, but I still need somewhere to put the dishes as I'm doing them, rinsing them, and then drying them. So I move the coffee pot, I put a towel down on the stove so I can put all of the dishes on there. So it's just a little bit of a hassle as far as that goes. And then the third thing...
Remind you, she's been thinking about all this for a while now.
I mean, honestly,
until now,
is no dishwasher and no washing machine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe that makes me,
bougie
and a little, I don't know, vain
spoiled,
or probably spoiled. But so, I mean, those are just adjustments. It's no washing machine and no. The washing machine is the biggest thing to be able to do our clothes, because my husband changes about twice a day.
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So, but those are our 3 likes and dislikes. We'll make sure to put the floor plan out there so you can also see that.
The full specs of it. I mean, in the big scheme of things, this...
We are very blessed.
For our first RV, from what we originally were looking at, this one blows the doors off of all the other ones we were looking at.
Yeah, and some people ask us, well, would you do it again? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
100 times over.
Yeah, well, this was one of our best choices, and I think because originally one of the ones we were looking at, I mean, we were literally thinking 1 to 2 years maybe. But because of this floor plan and the way this one's set up, that we're looking at 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
In living, because it's that it's that comfortable, and the design is just awesome.
Yeah, and we know we're going to want a bigger one because the whole purpose of this is not only for us to be able to travel, but currently we have 3. We have one more grandbaby about to be born. I mean, we have 6 kids between the 2 of us. So we're going to have plenty of grandbabies to take on little trips with us. So we wanted to make sure we have plenty of space for that.
It's just, that's what we look forward to, is taking the kids, taking the grandkids, and just, you know, be able to let them experience all of this with us. So that's one of our end game, what we're looking forward to. But we do hope that you guys found this useful when you're out looking at RVs, things to think about. And we definitely recommend first RVs for anybody. This is definitely on the top 5, I would say, for anybody. So, and
mostly because, like we said, the bathroom separates.
Right,
the
that's a
garage
huge.
From, I mean, that is the biggest.
Yeah, that's a game changer. Mm-hmm. Huge game changer, because it literally makes it feel like you're in a studio apartment, and then you have that extra in the back. Yeah. So.
But let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know if you have any suggestions for any of our dislikes that we mentioned.
Right.
But thank you guys for watching.
Hope you loved it. We appreciate you guys.
Deuces.